guys, and welcome to today's video. I am starting with a bare face. I've just removed my makeup, which is why I'm quite red. Today we are doing a £20 makeup challenge, which is so hard. Like, I thought it was going to be easy, but a decent foundation in the drugstore alone is £10. So I've kind of gone for really cheap stuff, and we're going to see how it goes and see if it works out or not. But I'm going to clip back my hair and let's get started. So I've made full use of Superdrug's 3 for 2, and I hope you guys don't mind that, but otherwise I think this would be impossible. I didn't necessarily buy everything new just because I already had it and I thought it'd be a waste of money. I'm going to count this as one, but I have to use the two because I've got the wrong shade. I've got the darkest and the lightest. I'm just going to mix the two, and this is Miss Sporty InstaGlow foundation. But obviously usually I would just go, I suspect, for number 3. Okay, actually I think number 4 might be the right colour for me. So I'm using number 4 dark. I'm obviously not dark, but you know, it's very annoying that they only make light shades. I'm just going to use a crown foundation brush, but brushes do not count in this, otherwise I would be failing miserably at this. Oh, I already regret choosing this foundation. Changing brush. I'm not sure you want to come in closer, but I actually thought this was going to be really oily, so I bought a powder, and I don't necessarily always powder, but I actually think it's quite a dry foundation. It has not applied well. It's clinged to every dry patch, and my skin is dry, so there's a lot of those. Anyway, for anyone wondering, this foundation is £2.99, so like super cheap. I understand why it's not amazing. Not sure you can make an amazing foundation for under a £5. I also picked this spot and I'm really regretting it now. I then decided to splurge a little bit. I mean, it's still like super cheap, it's under £5, but I decided to splurge a little bit with my concealer. I'm going to go in heavy with this. I'm also going to use it on my eyelids, so because I don't have money for a primer. I mean, I probably should have just used this instead of a foundation, but I feel like in the long run that would be costly, so I don't know. Looking terribly attractive right now. I'm going to blend this in. This was actually in my 5 favourite concealers, and I wanted at least a couple of products that I knew I liked. So I stuck with some trusty Rimmel products, because Rimmel's super duper cheap, but still affordable. I mean, super duper cheap, but still good. Usually you wouldn't have this massive spot chilling on your forehead. Oh, so annoying. And to be honest, it doesn't look awful, thankfully, thanks to the concealer rather than the foundation. Do let me know if you guys enjoy this, because I'm kind of thinking of doing like the no brushes challenge, which I actually don't think will be too hard. And then I actually just bought this, but everyone raves about it, which is why I chose to buy this one, and it's the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and I bought it in the shade Peach. I think it's a little bit light for me, but the only other shade that they had in my Superdrug was number 6, which is too dark for me, I think. So I'm just going to use this all over the face. I think I had this when I was younger. I think everyone had this when they were younger. Okay, this is a bit powdery. I'm going to use a little bit less. Just set my concealer and also bring it over my eyelids, because I'm going to put a shadow on. Not the worst powder I've ever used, but not the best either. Now I'm going to go into my Rimmel London Kate Trio. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to leave the link below. And because I've only got £20, I have to be multitasking. I'm not sure how pigmented this is going to be on my eyes, but I'm going to give it a go, and plus I have a shadow anyway. But I'm just going to bring this into the inner corner, starting to go onto my lid, and then also under my brow bone. This is just the highlight light colour. Yeah, I like that actually. Same thing on the other side. Then one of the brands I had to go to was MUA. Not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're doing this challenge in the UK, then I think MUA is a great call. I did actually want to go to Makeup Revolution, but I couldn't find one near me. I'm not even sure if they still got them in store. But I chose this colour from MUA, and it's called Copper. It looks like my brush picked up loads of colour. It did. This is beautiful. although I'm expecting it to fall down a little bit. One quick thing to note is that really I guess £1 isn't that cheap for shadows, because even like, for example, this sleek palette that I'm using as my mirror, I think it's probably like £8, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 shades in it. So I guess that equals less than £1. Oh my god, guys. This is actually a beautiful shadow. Can you see this? It's so nice. And then I'm just going to take a brush to kind of buff this out a little bit. So we've got no harsh edges. But actually what I'm also going to do, go back to this Rimmel palette and I'm going to take the contour from this onto my eyes. And this is actually something I do a lot. Not with this contour palette because I've never used this one, but generally because I just think contour shades look really beautiful on in the crease, and you want to, that's what you want to do, is you want to contour your eye. Okay, shadow wise, I am exceptionally happy with this. Something I'm not so sure about is mascara, but I'm gonna give it a good go, and this is the Miss Sporty Fabulous Lash Stretch It. Okay, what does the brush look like? Pretty standard brush. I'm tempted to curl my lashes, but I'm gonna withhold from doing that. And I'm just gonna take my time and really try and build this up. Now this mascara is £2.49, so super cheap. And not really that bad. I mean, it's not the best mascara I've ever used. It definitely isn't the worst either. If you compare my two eyes, it's pretty good. I haven't even got any on the bottom lashes yet. I'm going to do that. So mascara done, and I actually think this is a decent mascara. This is the Fabulous Lash Stretch It. Yeah, not bad at all. Also, just quickly, side note, I even got a free little makeup bag for my shopping at Superdrug today. Not going to use it because I don't think it's that cute, but it's not the worst either. On to brows, and this is another £1 MUA purchase. I need to somehow now open this. This is the MUA eyebrow pencil in Brunette. For £1 you get a spoolie on one end, which I think is quite good, and oh no, it's not a spoolie, it's like a brush. Okay, I'd rather a spoolie, but beggars can't be choosers. Oh nope, got a lid on. Bit of a funny brush too, but it's better than nothing. I'm just going to use this to pencil in my brows. I haven't used a pencil in my brows in a while. Slightly warm for me, but I think looks quite natural. It's only because I like my brows quite ashy that it's a little bit warm. It is almost a little bit too creamy as well, I would say. So you just want to be careful where you run the brush. Back to the Rimmel, and I'm going to use this now on my cheeks. Really not sure why my camera is struggling to focus today. This is super pigmented, almost too pigmented. Okay, that didn't really sit too well over my base, but I think it's my base's fault rather than the contours. This is super pigmented. I'm wondering if I've got a dark shade of this. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of a highlighter on the top of my cheekbones. Then probably the thing I was a little bit worried about, because I think this colour might be really pale, is a lipstick, again MUA. I actually ended up sticking to 3 brands in this video because they were nice and cheap. Oh my god. Aww. This lipstick is not the colour I thought it was going to be. Yep, so made a mistake buying this lipstick. Gonna go check if I've got any other cheap lipsticks around somewhere. So I am actually going to use a different MUA whipped lipstick, but this will 100% leave me over the £20 challenge price. I did want to use this. The colour is just so off. It's barely there. Oh my god, it's so not barely there. It's super super nude, but there are some nice MUA colours. It's just that I didn't find the one I wanted. The one I wanted was called Barely Nude, I think, and I think I just got a bit confused and ended up with this instead. But I'm going to go for this. It's nice. It's probably like the cheapest thing I could find. And that is the finished look. Shake my hair out a little bit. Overall, I think I'm fairly happy with it. Could have gone so much worse. I love the shadows. I think the shadows are perfect. Gonna bring you in to have a quick look. Skin wise, I mean, I'm so happy I picked a concealer that I know I liked. I think Rimmel is such a good, inexpensive brand. And actually, the MUA bits were quite good. What other brand did I use? And Miss Sporty, the foundation was awful, but mascara wise, I don't think it was bad. And for £2.49, like, that's amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was somewhat useful. I'm actually going to be doing a first impressions drugstore edition, which will have like loads of different products, but it'll be a bit different to this because there'll be slightly more expensive drugstore. This was like extreme inexpensive drugstore. But join me on Snapchat if you don't follow me there already. But like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you're enjoying drugstore week as well, and I shall see you all very soon. Bye!